everybody, this is Allie. Welcome back to my channel, Color Mama 360. It's time for another video, so good morning, good night, good middle of the night, depending on when you're watching. It is time for my May completed pages video, and this is my most shocking month so far. And I feel like when people usually start the video out like that, it's because they completed a ton of pages or I don't know, something like way more exciting happened. I actually completed the least amount of pages in a month that I have so far this year, and that's okay. I just don't know where it went not wrong, but like what was different. But as I looked through kind of my stats and the pages I started, I had planned a bunch of double page spreads. Not okay, not a bunch. I had planned way more double page spreads than I would normally do. And I don't know. That's the only factor really that I can think of besides this month of just kind of zooming by. But again, I feel like that happens every month. So I don't know. It's crazy because I feel like when I see this page, it almost feels like I'm filming my plans video for May. That's how fast May has felt like it's gone by. So let's take a look and see what I did complete, just as a little recap. I did do a page in A Frog's Tale. I started this double page spread in spirit animals, which I will show you. I showed this to you in my plans video since I'm coming back to it. So I will not show this to you. I did not make it to Little Fantasy, which that's unfortunate because this is an uncolored book. I don't have any plans to come back to it in June, so I'm hoping at some point this summer I can get back to it. Whether I do that mermaid page or a different page, doesn't really matter, but I really would like to get back to that book. Color Me Mermaids, I did 2 pages. I'm planning on finishing the third in June. A Million Mermaids, I did the 2 pages I had planned. I didn't make it to Wildflower Folk this month, unfortunately. I did not make it to the Leon's Journey butterfly page, but I did do a different page in Leon's Journey, which I guess I didn't have written down in here. I had it marked as a page I wanted to do. I think I remember talking about it in my plans video, but for some reason I didn't have it marked down. So I did do a page in Leon's Journey. I just didn't get to the page that the group did this month. But I'm planning on still doing that page, even though it's kind of springish. I'm still going to go ahead and do that page in June. I did not get to the Mythomorphia Mermaid and Merman. Instead, I started a double page spread in Mythomorphia. It's one of the pages that was in my 10 pages that scare me video, and I started that page on a live stream. So I'm just going to be chipping away at that double page all summer, but I did not get to the Mermaid and the Merman. I did do a page in Wondrous Folk, which is a project book. I did not get to Matchstick Mouse this month, which uh, is okay, but I'll need to really catch up, which I'm already on track to get caught up. I've based the page and I've based June's page, so hopefully that will help me get a little bit caught up. I did do my page in Tinier, the May page. And then Capybara Cuties, I was pretty successful this month. I did one more page than I normally, well, I don't know that I normally do, but I did do a catch-up page. So I did the 2 pages that the group had planned, and I did a catch-up page. I didn't quite get to a 4th page, but hopefully I can still come and do maybe a catch-up page again in June. I did get to Princess Kawaii, which is a book I'm trying to finish. And then Summer Nights, if you remember from my plans video, that's also a double page spread. And that one I had planned to do over the month of May and June. So I need to make more progress on that. Probably not where I would want to be at the end of May, but it didn't need to be done. I wasn't planning on having it done, so that's okay. And then the 26 books, I did not get to either of my pages for my 26 books page picks. My 26 books list. There we go. Picks page list. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but I am carrying one of them over. I'm kind of planning on carrying the second one over, but I did draw an extra one in my plans video just because I haven't really been feeling this Rooms of Wonder page. So that's kind of a short, quick recap of what I got to this month. Let's go ahead and jump into the pages that I did complete. Oh, let me show you my stats real fast before we do that. So total, I did 12 pages. Like I said, it's crazy how much more significantly lower this is than previous months, but that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. So 12 pages and 8 books. Only 2 of those books were uncolored. I did one prompter challenge, and that was light versus dark, beauty versus booty, and I did a mermaid page. I took the easy way out on that one, and then I did do 2 buddy colors too, which was really fun. I really enjoy doing those buddy colors. I am still really liking the way that I'm planning my buddy colors, which is I am just letting you know in my plans video that if there's a page you saw in my plans that you would like to buddy on, reach out to me. That way, it's already a page I'm planning to do. It just makes it easier for me, and I'm enjoying them more. So, um, partly selfish on my part. I want to do the pages that I already have planned, but at the end of the day, if I don't have any one month, then that's okay too. And then this is just something that I track for myself. So by the end of the month, I will have released 8 videos, is what I'm on track for, and 4 live streams, as long as I live stream the week that I'm recording this. And that number is just down from one. This is what I planned, but this one's down from one that I planned. I did cancel one week, just Social Cup was really full that week, and so decided to take a break for that week. So 4 is still a number I'm very happy with. I'm enjoying those live streams. If you haven't joined me for a live stream, I have decided to do topics for my live stream. So the topic is just to help guide the conversation, and it helps me as the person live streaming to kind of know what to ask you guys about or keep the conversation flowing. So I've really been liking the topics, and I will be posting June's topics really soon. So you can find my live stream schedule over in posts on my YouTube channel, or I also post it over on Instagram. Okay, enough chatting. Let's jump into the completed pages. So first up, I'm going to start with my project books. So Tiny Year, the Coloring Heaven collection with designs by Agoda Pop. I've been doing all the shelf pages in here. Guys, I really liked this page. I just had to preface this. I really liked this page as I was coloring it, but once it was finished, boy, do I hate it. The orange is kind of where it went all wrong. Um, yeah, I really liked it actually, even up until the orange. Um, and then, yeah, it just looks a little crazy. Um, where do I begin on this page? I based everything with Ohuhu alcohol markers and went over the top with Prismacolor pencils. There's some Jelly Roll accents kind of throughout. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's not much else to say about this one. I really liked it up until the orange. The orange was just not the color of orange that I was going for. Um, and it makes it look a little weird. I will say on camera, it's actually a little bit more muted than in person. So it looks, when I'm looking through the camera to the page, it actually looks a little bit better than it does in person, to be honest. But anyways, it's okay. It's My goal was to get the shelf pages done. I got the shelf pages done. I didn't even rush this page or anything. It's just the color palette. I was going for something really unique and out there and different than what I normally do. And like I said, I think it would have been okay if it weren't for the orange. I think I could have saved it if it weren't for the orange. So looking forward to June. And this is remaining, I have decided that this is probably going to remain a project book. So we will continue to see this one. It is not the last month that we will see Tiny Year for this year. I will continue doing the shelf pages with the goal of having them all done by the end of the year. So that is Tiny Year with designs by Agoda Pop. Next, I will just quickly again show you the Summer Nights page because this is what I'll be working on again this month, but this is also how far I got in May. So I did the background. I based everything with the Albert Durs. I just haven't gone through and activated the Albert Durs with water yet. So would have liked to be a little bit farther on this page than I am, but that's okay. I'm still hoping to get it done by the end of June. And June is the last month that Summer Nights will be a project book. That doesn't mean I'm never going to color in it again. It's just the last month where I will be coloring at least one page a month. So That is Summer Nights by Hannah Carlzon. Next, I have Wondrous Folk, which is also a project book. I can get it here. And this will also be the last month that Wondrous Folk is a project book. So I haven't sprayed this one with fixative yet, but this is the page I did this month. And I actually like how it turned out. It was a little bit of a labor of love. So I originally had the tail a completely different color. And then I started doing the bodice, and I really liked the color combination for that more. So it didn't match the tail though. So I actually went through and erased the tail, went back over it. Obviously, I still didn't achieve quite like matching, but I think that they look cohesive enough that it's okay. I really like the way that I did her hair, and I have to say, I think this is probably the best skin I've done so far. So if you're new to the channel or you haven't heard me talk about, one of my goals this year was to come in and not come in. What am I saying? One of my goals this year was to really improve the way that I color skin. And that's part of the reason why I knew a Christine Karen book would be really good. And looking at this page versus the first page that I did in this book, I can really, really see some improvements. So I'll talk more about that in my quarter two wrap up, and I'll show you all the pages that I did in this book so you can see the first page that I did versus the last page that I did in this page. But I'm just really, really happy with the way that the skin turned out on this page. And the page altogether, for it kind of being one that I didn't know for sure if I would like in the end, I'm happy with it. The only thing that I think I'll probably go back in and add is there's a little bit of details on these starfish. And I think my intention was to come in with a jelly roll and do some dots and add a little bit of sparkle. So I probably will still do that. And then this looks really matchy. I wish I would have done this a different color, but otherwise I'm super happy with this page. And that is another page done in Wondrous Folk. So I will be sad that this one isn't a project book anymore, but I also think that I have some really good ideas for other project books. So doesn't mean I won't color in this one anymore. I'm still going to bring this book out all the time. Next, I have my page from the Princess Kawaii Mega Pact by Kevin Teo Art. This is a PDF book that I am trying to complete by the end of the year. I was counting up the pages that I need to get done. I am not on track. I need to do more pages a month, probably more than one. Actually, I do need to do more than one starting now. So we'll see how that goes. But I absolutely love the way that this page turned out. And again, that's surprising because it did not start out great. The background I did with Albert Durers, and I don't know if it's the paper or if it's just my skills with the Albert Durers doing large spaces like this. It did not look good. And so I knew I had to come in and add something. And I looked at a couple different stencils and I was like, I think I can make this one work. Does it look a little weird? Yeah, but I think it works. So I came in with a stencil of my Ohuhus and did kind of this rock right here to make it look more like she might be in like a cave. And then I based everything else with Ohuhu alcohol markers. And I have to say, I am most proud of the hair on this page. I think I nailed the hair for someone that has not seen The Little Mermaid in, oh my gosh, ages. I did have to look up like a reference photo, but I really, really like the way her hair turned out. I think it's exactly what I was going for. I wanted to make her look as close to the character as I could. And so I'm really happy with that. And I'm happy with everything else too. I think it turned out great. This might be my favorite page of the month. We will see when I do my rankings, but I'm really happy with it. So everything's based with the Ohuhu alcohol marker besides the background, which is Albert Durers. And then I went over the top of the Ohuhu with Prismacolor pencils. So yeah, that is my page from the Princess Kawaii Mega Pact by Kevin Teo Art. Next, I have two pages in Color Me Mermaids for Kids. The first page is this one. So this is again based with Ohuhu alcohol marker over the top with Prismacolor pencils. I really like the limited color palette that I chose for this page and the way that I did things. I like the way that it turned out overall. There's only one thing that I don't like about this page, and I will pause for a moment to take a drink to let you try and guess what it is I don't like about this page. All right. If you guessed her skin, you guessed correctly. um, because she's a mermaid, one of my buddies for another book did a really excellent job making like a mermaid blue. And I was like, oh, that's such a good idea. It's a mermaid, it's a mythical creature. They don't need to have like your typical skin colors. So I wanted to do that with her. But to me, I cannot get over the fact she looks dead. um Something about the blues that I chose, just I could not get over the fact that she to me looks like she is dead. So yeah, it's okay though. Overall, like I said, I like the page. I probably would just go in and do her skin a normal, not normal, but you know what I mean. A typical skin tone next time, to hopefully avoid her looking like she is no longer living. Um, because that is sad. Anyways, I like the page and I'm really happy with the limited color palette that I chose for that page. And then I also did this page, which this was like one of my favorites, if not my favorite page in the book, The Little Mermaid and Oxalotl. This is again based with Ohuhus over the top with Prismacolor pencils. Lots of jelly roll on this one. Um, yeah, lots of jelly roll on this one, and clear jelly roll on the clear sparkly jelly roll on the bubbles and the pearls. And I like the way that this one turned out as well. I did not make her blue skin. um, but I did choose kind of like I was on Pinterest and just looked for like mermaid themed color palettes, and I like the way that this one came together. Even though you have some warmer tones like these oranges and yellows and stuff, but then you also have the cooler tones. The way that it came together, I think it just works. So I'm super happy with the way that this page turned out, and this was a fun one. And I will be returning to this book again in June. So excited to continue on. I'm really, really loving this book. If you know me, you know I love Ella Yarzabek. Yarzabek. You'd think that I would love, because I love her so much, I would say her name right. But okay, this is Leon's Journeys. So this is the page that I did get to. I did not get to the page that the group did. Instead, I did this rainy day fashion for animals page, and I actually really like the way that this one turned out. But now that I'm seeing improvements in skin, I would really like to start seeing improvements in fur as well. I'm still struggling with fur. I pretty much say this every single month, but I think this book will help me. I'm starting to get somewhat better, like the squirrel. That's what that is, right? A squirrel. Yeah, I like the way that I did the fur on the squirrel. I wonder if it has something to do with the fact that he's smaller. Um, but yeah, I based everything on this page with Tombow dual brush pens. I really like the way that they work on this paper. Yeah, they worked really beautifully on this paper. And then I went over the top with Prismacolor pencils. I also really like the way that the Prismacolors work on this paper. Um, so yeah, and I didn't really plan a color palette for this one, which I feel like might be kind of apparent, but I knew I wanted to do like yellow and blue raincoats. And then I didn't really know what else from there. The red turned out way more red than I was originally going for. I was going for more of a light red to match this a little bit better, like go with these colors a little bit better, but that didn't end up happening. But altogether, I think it looks okay. I don't think that the red deterred it as much as I thought it would. And I did try to bring it over to just kind of be throughout the page so that it wasn't concentrated, just on mostly this guy. He's the first thing that was red that I did. So yeah, overall, I really am happy with this page, and I think it's cute. I love the dogs. So That is Leon's Journey by Kanoko Igusa. Okay, oh, I should have done this one probably closer to the beginning with all the project books, but this is Capybara Cuties by Rob Parkinson, and this is a group of people. I'm going to put all of their names up on screen, and I'm going to put all of their names in the description. Please go check and see if you are following them all. You can just click on their names in the description. Go give them a follow over on Instagram if you aren't already following them. We do 2 pages in this book a month, and I have last month what I started doing was just doing a post of all the pages on Instagram, and that's what I'm going to be doing moving forward, just because adding it's becoming a very large group, and not very large, it's becoming a bigger group, and it's hard for me to get all the pictures on the screen during my completed pages video to the point where you can actually see them. And that's important to me, is that you can actually see the amazing work everybody's doing. So it makes way more sense for me to just do an Instagram post. So I will show you my pages, but please go over to Instagram, look at the post of all the pictures, or of all the pages, as well as make sure you're following everybody from the group. So the first page I did is actually a catch-up page. So this is not the group's page for the month, but a page that they did a while ago that I need to catch up on. And I based everything with Ohuhu alcohol markers, went over the top of everything except for the actual capybara's bodies. I went over with Prismacolor on top. So yeah, this was just kind of a whip that I had. I think I had based it, and then I just needed to add the pencil over the top. And I'm happy with the way that that one turned out. I like the colors, especially the blue. I don't know why, but I always associate pajamas with being blue. And then the next page right here, this is a page that the group chose for the month. And I decided to finally do something different in this book. Normally, I always use my alcohol, or my Ohuhu alcohol markers to do the capybaras, and then base everything, go over with Prismacolor on top. This month, I used my Albert Durs to do the capybaras, and I kind of like the way that they look. Now, someone in the group, Amanda, Color Me Tartan, I think she always uses, maybe she uses Inktense, or she uses some sort of pencil that I feel like you activate or something like that on her capybaras, and it looks so cool. So she really inspired me to try something different this month. And I did. I tried the Albert Durs, and I like the way that they look for the capybaras. I think I also use them on the plates. And then I just did my regular alcohol marker on the teacups and went over the top with Prismacolor pencils. So I do like the capybaras on this page. I also like that I chose blue. I think that was just a little bit different for like their, I don't know, their noses, what we would call them, and their tummies. The rest of the colors, I think I could have done different. The rest of it, I don't like so much. I do like the capybaras. And then the other page we chose this month was this one. And again, I used Albert Durs to do the capybaras. I really like how just light they look. And then I did Ohuhu alcohol marker for everything else. And I did not go over the top with pencil. I just used the Ohuhus. I did some of the shadows with the Ohuhus, and then went in with a white signal for the white details. And the bubbles are probably the clear jelly roll, which clear but not clear. And I really like this page. Yeah, out of the 3 pages, this is probably my favorite, and it's the most simple. Like it's just alcohol marker and Albert Durs and some gel pen. So I like that I went just simple, and it feels really light and refreshing. So that is my other page from Capybara Cuties. Again, make sure to go over to Instagram to see everybody else's pages. So that is Capybara Cuties by Rob Parkinson. And then next I have Color Me Mermaids by Lulu Mayo. And I actually have 2 buddy colors in this book. So let me grab my planner so I can make sure I give you their info. So the first page is this page. of the girl with the cat, or the mermaid with the cat. And this was a buddy color with, I want to say Adele. Yes, I think. But I will put her Instagram name up on the screen. Add underscore the underscore colors. And I, from my page, did Albert for the background. Did I base things? I cannot remember if I based everything else or not. I don't think so. I think I just did the Albert for the background, and then polychromos. No, castle art. A combination of castle art and polychromos for everything else. And I did not base the other elements. So I just went in with pencil. And then I think the mermaid is Prismacolor, if I remember correctly. Her skin and maybe her hair. So actually quite a lot of different pencils on this page. I think 4 total. I have the Albert for the background, castle arts for some of the foliage, polychromos for some of the foliage, specifically the leaves, I'm pretty sure polychromos, and Prismacolor for her tail and her hair. So 4 different pencil sets on this page. And I like the way that this one turned out. I think I could have done a better job on her skin. I probably would have done her hair a different color so it didn't match the tail as much. I did a purple cat, which I like, actually. I think the purple cat is really fun and different. But yeah, overall, I like this page. I think that it turned out good. But I have to say, Adele's page is absolutely stunning. I will put it next to mine here. So she did her page for the hashtag Day of Light, and she turned the flowers into lights. And I think she did such a fantastic job. Like, what great execution. She kind of had told me that that was her idea. And once I saw her page, I was like, wow, you executed that idea so well. And I love the colors that she went for. She went for a much deeper background, and I think it just looks amazing. And I think that that's what the page needed, especially with her turning the flowers into lights, having that darker blue background. Absolutely stunning. So thank you so much for buddying with me. I had so much fun doing that page with you. And I'm looking forward to more buddy colors in the future. All right. And then I also did this page, and this page I did with 2 buddies, Steph Louise Argyle and Tiku's Coloring Corner, and I'll put their names up on the screen. But this one I don't think I base with anything. I think it's just Prismacolor pencil. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. So Prismacolor pencil, and then some jelly roll details. And then you probably can't see it on camera, but it is sprayed with Imagine Craft shimmer spray, so it's nice and sparkly everywhere, which I think really ties the page together. I love the sparkles. I wish it showed up better on camera and in pictures, but I like the color palette that I chose for this one. I thought that it was really fun. Yeah. Overall, I really like the way that this page turned out. I can't really think of anything that I would have done differently either. So super fun page. I will show you my buddies' pages up here. They both did an excellent job. Just beautiful colors. I believe Tiku did the kind of rainbow one. And then, if I'm remembering correctly, Steph did kind of like a lighter color palette. Both were just absolutely stunning. I loved seeing all these 3 pages together. Was so fun. Probably one of my like favorite group sort of buddy colors, just seeing the different pages. Um, and the different takes, because there was so many different ways you could have gone with this page. That's what I kind of love about pages that have like mythical creatures or things that don't actually exist, like mermaids, is you can really branch out with your colors. And I feel like it kind of leaves more room for creativity if you are more of a realistic colorer or colorist. So, okay. All right. Well, that is A Million Mermaids by Lulu Mayo. Next, I have Color Me Easter for Kids by Ellie Yarzabek, and I finished this one up just at the end of April, I believe. So after my completed pages video, just kind of an in-between page between completed pages and the new month. And this is the page that I did. Everything's based with the ohuhus, and then I went over the top of most of the elements with Prismacolor pencil. I didn't go over the foliage in the back with the Prismacolors, and I actually really like the way that that looks. So, um, yeah, I think overall this page turned out great. I love that I went for kind of more like a cherry blossom feel, just that springtime sort of feel. Um, really deep brown birds. I think if I did it again, I would maybe make the birds blue to tie in more with this blue sky, and just to give it more a little bit more of a lighter feel, because I feel like, the flowers and stuff, the leaves or the flowers and the trees are really light. And then you have this deep red, which I think is fine, but I think blue birds would have given it that lighter spring feel. But I like it anyways. I think that it turned out really well. And I think this book will probably be put away for now. Um, Such a pretty book, though. I can't wait to color in it again at some point, but it does feel pretty spring like to me. So I'm going to probably put it away for now, and I can't wait to get back to it again at some point. And then the last page that I have to show you this month is from R.J. Hanson's A Frog Tale. This was an uncolored book, and I chose to just do this little back page. I'm really trying to, in addition to wanting to improve fur, I really want to improve my light effects and shadows versus highlights and things like that. And so I was kind of playing around with this page. I added in kind of like a sun, and then tried to map out where the light effects would be from the sun. And I think I did okay with that part. It's actually the color of the rest of the background that I'm not super happy with. Kind of this orangey background. It made what I felt like was a spring page look very autumnal. Um, with the red and the orange, and yeah. So I would probably do this page a lot differently, but I do like the way that I did the light effects on his hat and then on the mushroom. So that is the page that I completed from A Frog's Tale. And that is all of my completed pages for the month. Despite not having very many, I still managed to talk for 33 minutes. So I apologize if I rambled on for too long. Um, I'm excited to see what June brings. I, um, yeah, I mean, I feel happy with the pages that I have done. I'm just still like, where did the time go? How did I only complete 12 pages this month? But that's okay. Like I said, I really enjoy a lot of them, and I am going to do my ranking next. So if you haven't watched one of my completed pages videos before, at the end of the video, I show all the pages just a picture of all the pages that I completed this month from my favorite to my least favorite. This is my opinion. I always get comments or things about how I'm too hard on myself. Like, it's okay, guys. I don't take it that seriously. Um, I I'm the kind of person that operates from there's always room for improvement, and there's always things that I'm going to want to do better next time. So I will do my ranking. Please make sure to come back for the book battle, which is starting It's going to be very, very, very important that people vote in order for it to work. So if you haven't checked out my book battle announcement video yet, please do so. All of the details are in that video, and part one, round one is coming out soon. All right, everybody, I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day. Happy coloring. See you next time. Bye.